Hi, Mr. Rabelais here with another homework helper. This one is on volume, how to try to figure out the volume of a three-dimensional shape. We call it the arrow method. Let me show you how it works. When you have a three-dimensional shape, volume is the length times the width times the height. That's what this formula is here. Volume is length times width times height. And I have my blanks down here so I can go and find the dimensions that I need and do the number sentence, make the number sentence work for me. Let me show you how it works. Here's the length. Give that a nice dark line for the length, and you can just use your regular pencil and just go over it a couple of times. Here's the width. And guess what happens when I make the height here? Now, doesn't that look like an arrow to you? And you use those three legs of the arrow and to count the number of units in the shape that you're trying to get the volume of, and you put the number. You have to label. So this is 1, 2, so there's 2 cubic units, or 2 units on the length. The width is also 1, 2, and the height is 1, 2, and we label it. So we've got a label here, and a label here. Let's fill in the number sentence down here. So it's 2 times 2 times 2. Let's do them one at a time. 2 times 2 is, that's right, 4, and then 4 times 2 is 8. So the volume of this particular three-dimensional solid is 2 times 2 times 2, which is 8. 2 times 2 is 4, and then 4 times 2 is 8. That's how you get the volume of a three-dimensional solid when it's a nice, good square box. We're good to go with that length times width times height. But what if your figure is irregular shape? What if it's not all in a nice tight package? Let me show you how you do that. You might have a shape like this. Now, there's no way to use length times width times height or the arrow method. You just can't do it. So really you're left with just trying to count the number of cubes. And the best way to do that for 4th grade is just to label them. But let me tell you where you have to label. Label only on the top face of each cube. You can tell that this shape is several cubes stacked together in the shape of like a U or something like that. This is the top face. Here's the back, this is the side. This would be number 1, number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So the volume of this particular shape is 7 cubic units. Now it could be inches, could be centimeters, doesn't really matter at this point. We want to make sure that we count these cubic units correctly. Now, one mistake that kids make is they want to try to number here and do 1, 2, 3. That's not correct, because if you take a look at it, that's all 1 cube. It only needs 1 number. It only needs 1 label, this one right there. That's not correct. That's not correct. Leave all these other surfaces alone. Only number on the top. Label them on the top. So you can get the volume of an irregular shape. You can get the volume of a regular shape where you can do the arrow method, and it's length times width times height is volume. This is Homework Helper. Give volume a try.